Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to the channel United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope you've all had a fantastic Wednesday evening. Hope you've all had a good week so far at the point of the midweek this year in February 2024 this year. Hope you've all had a good day and hope you're all looking forward to the rest of your Wednesday evening today. First of all, do me a massive favour for me, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. Remember to always put the notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2024 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more previews, more match reactions, brand new videos, brand new shorts, brand new live streams, brand new games, brand new gaming content, and much more brand new stuff planned for the rest of this year in 2024 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel and the community if you're new. You're all very, very much welcome to join us all on this adventure together. Nottingham Forest 0, Manchester United 1, FA Cup fourth round match reaction. Casemiro heads Manchester United into the FA Cup quarter-final where we will be playing Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp's Carabao Cup winners Liverpool in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup at Old Trafford on home turf after a late Casemiro goal. I mean, that wasn't pretty, was it? I mean, let's be really, really honest about that result today. That was not pretty from Manchester United. And the way we performed for that whole 90 minutes, I didn't know where the goal was coming from. Literally, it was so boring. I felt like switching the game off at halftime. I was that close to turning Manchester United off. I have never been that close to turning that game off at halftime. It was so bad from not just Manchester United, but from Nottingham Forest as well. Both teams didn't half drag that game out tonight. And what was meant to be a really great FA Cup fifth round match encounter between both teams, I've never got that close to switching Manchester United off because I just did not see us winning the game tonight with the rumours of, having no Varane and no Bruno Fernandes fit and having no Harry Maguire, which, Harry Maguire is not going to be a huge miss. Let's be really, really honest about this now that Maguire will never, ever be a Manchester United success at this football club. But I honestly did not see us sat here right now. I honestly expected to be heading into extra time right now, even penalties, because it was that boring. Manchester United were just nowhere near at the races. I saw no response. I saw no enthusiasm. And Alan Shearer's right. There's players flapping their arms about. I mean, what we're trying to what we're trying to do, lead Concorde into land and rebirth Concorde, the aeroplane. I mean, there's too many players flapping their arms about at Manchester United when things start going wrong in the middle of the match. And Alan Shearer's right. That game lacked any attacking quality for the whole match. It was just such a shite game. Not just from both United and Forest, but the whole game as a whole. That there was so much build-up and so much, enthusiasm from both teams to, try and knock one of each other out the FA Cup. It was just really, really frustrating game to watch from a United perspective as a United fan. When you're that close to turning off the club that you love and you support, that says a lot about how we're playing today, because the whole build-up to the game, like, if I'm being really honest, as soon as I saw the team sheet, I was concerned. I was really, really concerned where this game was heading, because I couldn't understand why Mainoo had been dropped to the bench over Scott McTominay. I mean, did anyone see what Scott McTominay did against Fulham on Saturday? I mean, can anyone justify why he got in that team tonight? Can anyone really say why Eric Ten Hag picked him for selection over Kobbie Mainoo? Is it due to rest? Is it due to keep Mainoo fit for Sunday's game against Manchester City in the Manchester Derby? Or is it, again, down to, somehow Scott McTominay is performing miracles in training and managed all of a sudden to get himself back into that Man United midfield equation? Because he ain't convincing, is he? Let's be really, really honest about it tonight. I think this is where it went wrong from the whole game as a perspective, that the whole midfield was being absolutely overrun. If I'm being really honest about it, the whole game tonight was being overrun by the lack of midfield direction for not just Casemiro, not just McTominay, but Bruno Fernandes as well. I mean, I've never been more angry and frustrated. I was fucked off at half time because it just didn't look like Manchester United were going to find a way to break Nottingham Forest down. I mean, Nottingham Forest in the second half started the game the much, much better team. In the second half, they absolutely came out the races. And I don't know what Nuno Espirito said to those Nottingham Forest players, but fuck me. Like, Manchester United just sat back and sat back and sat back and sat back and just let Forest at them. And I don't know why, again, we are letting the opposition do that, because when we are trying to break the opposition on the counter-attack, do you not think that's going to leave you quite vulnerable at the back if the opposition managed to break that counter-attack down? I think for me, that was the whole game plan, was to find a late winner to keep Erik ten Hag in a job. Because clearly, from my perspective tonight, I watched the game and I'm looking at it. I honestly thought, one thought came into my head. One thought and one thought only. That is, these players and this squad are trying to get their manager the sack. And they've done it to every manager of before, that they've forced out the club. They've tried to get, their own way again and trying to be the big I am at this football club. Honestly, I could not see us respond from Saturday. And I'm sat here justifying how we won that game, because I didn't see a goal coming from either side. This clearly had extra time on the lines. This had penalties potentially coming up. And if United go to penalties, for me, there's only one club winning on penalties, and that would have been Nottingham Forest. I could not see how Manchester United would have won this game over extra time or even a penalty shootout. I just could not see it happening tonight. It was just so bang bloody average. It was such a ball fest. Like, the whole game had all this, build up, and it's like the false advertisement as well. It's just a load of bullshit, isn't it? Because both clubs are playing really shit football. And from a Forest point of view, I would be very frustrated and very fucked off with the football Nuno's playing at Forest. Like, you compare, and they brought a stat up, they compared the win percentage between Steve Cooper and Nuno Espirito Santo. And from a rival fan, there's only a 17% increase on the win percentage since he took over at Nottingham Forest, and the lack of goals in their team is quite frankly unbelievable. I mean, Awani, movement inside the United penalty area, dreadful. Alanga, now you can see why Manchester United got rid of him. I think for me, Forest's only standout player and only real big threat was Divock Origi, the ex-Liverpool reject. I think for me, he was Nottingham Forest's brightest spark the whole game, because he offered attacking threat, attacking freight, aerial ability, his upper body strength. That was causing United problems, and you could see that in the first half. The back four could not cope with Divock Origi, and for me, that is quite shocking. That a back four that contains a World Cup winner, a bang average Dalot, a bang average Lindelof, and Amrabat, that has not kicked a ball for United since are we going as far as back as the Crystal Palace Carabao Cup home game, Old Trafford? I can't remember the last time Amrabat featured in this United team, but again, playing him at left back is a disaster waiting to happen. And I know Ten Hag hasn't got the options there, and I can see why he's had to put Amrabat at left back, because no Reguilon back onto Brentford, no Shaw, no Malacia. So I can see why Erik ten Hag has had to do what he's had to do tonight. And you've got to, say at least that gamble paid off. But in the first half, was absolutely at 6s and 7s defensively. I mean, Divock Origi was having an absolute thrill day. Was absolutely running 6s and 7s round Amrabat. And I know Amrabat's not a left back, but he's got no speed, he's got no agility, but he's just not what I thought he was going to be. And, I hold my hands up to that. I honestly thought, this loan signing might have actually worked. But now you're looking at it from a bigger point of view. This loan signing has been an absolute bloody disaster. And it's not Amrabat's fault. Amrabat is in a difficult position as it is at Manchester United. He's not been given the game time he was promised. And for me, he should have deserved a lot more game time than what he's been getting at Manchester United, because I think where, it's gone wrong is because, clearly going on to African Cup of Nations duty has hindered his progress as a Manchester United player. He should have been given a lot more game time over certain other midfielders. And clearly, at Manchester United, we were expecting this level of quality player to be in our midfield, and it hasn't happened, is it? And that's down to the game time, really. It's not Amrabat's fault. It's because Erik ten Hag has preferred other players in that position. And then he did pick up that injury, and then he went to African Cup of Nations and was fit as a fiddle. So maybe there's a bit of a story there that we're not quite getting. But the first half, the vulnerability was clearly to show. And I thought the way Nottingham Forest came out in the second half, the Nottingham Forest goal was going to come. That is what I saw from the second half performance. It was just so shocking from Manchester United. I could not quite frankly believe my eyes at times of that game. So I could not believe how bad this actually was. Like, it was beyond pathetic how bad we performed. Like, those players should be lucky they have got a late Casemiro headed winner, because we could have been sat here not doing a match reaction. We could have been sat here an extra time for another extra half hour or an extra penalty shootout if neither team find the back of the net in either the extra time periods of halves. So United have got to count themselves lucky that, it is a brilliant ball in from Bruno Fernandes. I mean, fair play, that's the best bit he did all game. And you've got to, quite frankly, that Casemiro is in the right place at the right time to head in that assist and that cross from what brilliance Bruno Fernandes has probably picked out. And probably that's what Fernandes, like Alan Shearer said, probably spotted, that no one was sensing the Casemiro threat in the Nottingham Forest back four. And Casemiro has pounced on the Fernandes assist and put the head. He's put the ball into the back and up with his head. And you mean, thank God we popped up a winner was somewhere, because honestly, on paper, I don't think we deserve to win that. I think United have got lucky. There was nothing pretty about that performance. It was sluggish. It was lethargic. There was just no optimism from me. Soon from the team sheet, the optimism went out the window. I thought, if you're starting Mctominay over Mainoo and Ahmad again, why Ahmad is not in this team? Like, it absolutely frustrates the hell out of me, because we've paid 85 million for Antony. Honestly, when we brought him, I thought right wing problem had been solved. Right wing problem is becoming a problem again. 85 fucking million for Antony, and it ain't worked. And clearly today, it showed. He cuts back inside and passes the ball back, or takes a shot on goal. He can't find his teammates. He keeps going back. £85 million we paid for Antony, and it looks like that has not paid off, is it? Quite clearly. And if the rumours are true that we are going to sell him, good luck finding a lot of money for him, because not one team will pounce on that. Not one team in Europe will see Antony as a good signing. They are going to get very frustrated and look at the lack of performance in his several Manchester United matches, and they're going to look at tonight and thinking, fucking hell, look how bad that has turned out to be. From a Manchester United signing, God fucking help us, because Ahmad, I mean, as soon as he was brought on, the right wing looked all right. And I know, obviously, he didn't have much time to prove himself. I mean, Amad Diallo was brought on with 18 minutes to go. And United really should have rang the change at half time. I don't know what the plan was for the second half. I mean, well, you could see what the plan was. Try and get through with the players we've got on the pitch. Because clearly the injuries are no excuse. You can't keep using injuries as an excuse for Manchester United to play badly. You've got to really get on with it. But it's not helped. And from my view, it hasn't. But you've got to somehow not focus on letting that put your performance levels on a low level. Because if you keep bringing up the injuries as an excuse not to perform well as a team, when certain players you want available aren't there, then the players who are going to have to step up are going to look at that and think, well, They're going to be back in a few weeks. I'm going to be out this team again, or even back on the bench, or not even starting again for United. So why should I put in a level in? I mean, I was having a chat with one of my neighbours earlier, and they said, what would you do with Man United? I would sell the whole fucking lot of them, because after tonight, United make this look a lot harder for themselves than what this needs to be. And that's what frustrates me the most about them. They are making this job a lot more harder to do, because the players we've got aren't good enough. They are not good enough tonight. I mean, the front three, like I said about Antony, what a waste of 85 million. What did he do all game? Absolutely fuck all. Had one decent shot on the Nottingham Forest goal, which has hit the bar and gone out of play for a Nottingham Forest goal kick. That was the best bit Antony did all game. One shot on goal, and that was about it. Apart from that, kept cutting back inside and passing the ball back. That's all I saw from the right wing all game long, and it's so boring. Game was just so dry. It was like thrush. It is so dry down there in the bush, and that is what Man United make it look hard. It's just so dry. It's really dry. You don't see no enthusiasm from those players today. And like I said, they're trying to get this manager sacked. They don't want Ten Hag here next season. By going with the performance tonight, if this is going to be like this next season, we're in big trouble. Like, you've got to thank Casemiro for finding the right place and the right time to head that cross in. Because if he doesn't make the move for the ball and the ball goes out of play, I think the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, Matt Turner, gets his hands to that and keeps the ball out of the back of his net. But, thank God for the movement, because if Casemiro doesn't make that move, we're sat here in extra time right now and trying to find a winner. That winner would not come, in my view. The whole game summed it up. Boring. That is how boring it's now getting. Trying to stand by these bang average footballers that are meant to be playing football for this club are producing crap performance after crap performance after crap performance. And I think this is as far as we're going to get after this, because knowing Liverpool are now winning with the kids and now winning with their youth academy players against a championship team in Southampton tonight, that is a warning sign. If Liverpool are now bringing in their youth academy players into the first team and they're scoring goals and are putting in great performances, they've basically used the United DNA. You can't win anything with kids. Well, Liverpool have proved it twice in a week. And I think people need to realise we've got to now face them in the FA Cup quarter-final. I cannot see us getting any further now than the quarter-finals of the FA Cup, because I think Liverpool will rip Man United apart. And I'm not trying to put a down on this result tonight. And I'm not trying to say we ain't got a chance to beat Liverpool at Old Trafford. But United have made this job a lot harder now, because this Liverpool game, this could be end of season in that FA Cup quarter-final, because we've got to go all out for the FA Cup now. So we've got to somehow get to that final and somehow win it. Well, with the sides left, let's look at this. Man City have got fucking Newcastle at home. Chelsea have got Leicester. Wolves have got Coventry, and Manchester United have got Liverpool. Well, you're expecting Man City to come through against Newcastle. You're expecting Man United or Liverpool, this is even go extra time or even worse, penalties. Chelsea will turn in as the favourites against Leicester, but Leicester might give them a run. Just like Leeds did today, Chelsea got to find themselves lucky they had Conor Gallagher to find them the winner. And then, Coventry Wolves, I mean, anything can happen between the Championship and the Premier League team. So, United today, do they deserve to be in the FA Cup quarter-final based on how they performed today? No, they don't. I think United, were really shit. Like, it was so boring. Like, the whole balance of the team looked miles off. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be really honest here. This club needs a rebuild. From tonight, there's a lot of money that needs to be invested and a lot of players that need to be got rid of. A lot of deadwood also needs to be sold. That team needs billions being spent on it. Not just billions, but billions of billions. That team needs investment, and it needs a lot. because I cannot trust these players after one win, because on Sunday, this is going to turn out to be a fucking nightmare. And we know who's going to be the favourites heading into Sunday. You know who's going to be the favourites. It will be Manchester City. Man City will be favourites to beat us on Sunday afternoon. We all know that's going to happen. So we're going to have to take this win for what it is. United have won massively ugly. And United can't be proud of their performance tonight. I think they're going to look at this thinking, fuck me. That whatever's going on inside these players' minds, something's not quite clicking and something's not quite right. And for me, that is worrying, because these players are earning hundreds and hundreds of £1,000s a week to perform like that. Like, I've won more in my career than what some of these United players have done ever being in a Man United shirt. I've played at a high level, and at the end of the day, shouldn't you be expecting a lot more from these footballers who are meant to be world-class athletes? I wouldn't trust these United players to compete in an egg and spoon race. I wouldn't, because there was no quality in that game today. And again, Alan Shearer's right. United are lacking quality. And it's not just in one position, it's the whole fucking team. It's the whole team as a whole. That team is lacking quality in every bloody position. And the more quality we don't have, the worse this is going to get, because the football is going to get even more dull. It's going to end up putting people to sleep. And that is how bad it was for me. This game was so close to putting me to sleep. I was so bored. I felt I've got to switch this off, because this is just not good enough. I'm sorry to say, but really playing like this, do you think this is convincing to head into Sunday playing the way we are? No. Nottingham Forest are going to feel really hard done by. But what fucked me off was when we got the goal, didn't that VAR check go on for a little bit long? They took over 2 fucking minutes, nearly 3 minutes, to decide if that goal was offside. I was flipping my lid. That goal is not offside. I don't know what view they've got or what they're trying to look at, but they're trying to say that Casemiro is in an offside position, where clearly he's massively onside through where the Nottingham Forest player is. And what they've looked at is Varane interfering with play. Is he holding the Nottingham Forest player back from his job to be able to defend? And they were looking at that as a foul. And then they went back to Casemiro again, thinking Casemiro's in an offside position. Casemiro is massively onside here by an absolute mile. This is onside. It's onside. You can't complain about the VAR decision. But it's just the fact that we've been tried to screw over, not just once. We've been tried to be screwed over twice. They did it against Arsenal, where Garnacho was clearly onside and ruled out for the United winner. And they've now done it nearly against Nottingham Forest today. The goal's clearly onside. I don't know what VAR is trying to fucking look at. I mean, how long does it take? They're either trying to rip United season apart, or they are trying to rob us, basically, because the goal's not offside. I'm sorry that I will argue with anyone. Varane's not interfering with play. He's not making a foul. He's not making a challenge on the Nottingham Forest centre-back. He's clearly just doing his job as a defender. Is to, get involved in the nitty-gritty of the game. So, repeat and whirlwind, Forest fans, because the goal which we've scored is a fair goal. It's not even offside. So, Forest fans can complain as much as they want, but the goal's clearly onside. You can't give that as offside. If you give that as offside, then I might as well eat my own hat, because if that was given as offside, I mean, Jesus Christ, they are trying to rob United. If VAR would have given that as offside, I would have flipped my fucking lid. Because if you're trying to screw United not just once but twice, VAR should not be in English football. I'm really sorry to say, VAR was meant to be brought in to improve football. VAR has been brought in and it's absolutely fucking ruined football. It's ruined it. It's absolutely the joy, the enthusiasm, the passion. VAR has come in and absolutely wrecked English football. I'm sorry to say, but it has. It's ripped the whole atmosphere, the whole enjoyment of the beautiful game that we all love. VAR has come in and ruined the football because United should have had 3 points away to Arsenal. They should have had a penalty against Spurs when we lost to them away, and they nearly tried to screw United over in a late 88th minute winner. They've tried to rule out Casemiro's goal for an offside, which isn't offside. So it's lucky that, eventually the decision's been made, the goal's been given, and it's a fair fucking goal. So United, if that goal had been ruled out, those United players would have been fucking fuming. You would not have heard the last of the protest. I think Bruno would have lost it. I think a lot of those players would have absolutely lost their shit if that goal wouldn't have been given. And I think those United players would have been so angry inside they would have tried and find something to do for the result, because they know they've scored the goal. But it's a simple set piece, really. A good cross into the box can actually deliver something. That's the best bit that happened all game. Apart from that, it was just Manchester United acting like everything's fine. Everything's fantastic. Everything's sunshine and roses on and off the pitch. It's not pretty. It is United have got by through Casemiro. You take Casemiro out of this team, we're fucked. And I know we were shit against Fulham, which was deserved. We were absolutely crap. We were gone beyond pathetic. It was shit. But it's just a response. And those players didn't look hungry. I looked the whole game. Those players did not look hungry. But the 4 chances we had early on, 2 from Scott McTominay, 1 from Rashford. I mean, you look at the chances. Scott McTominay should have been on a hat-trick. How he's not scored either of them bewilders me. The Rashford chance, he's absolutely not put. He's put it over the bar by flipping miles. It's probably ended up. The ball's probably still bouncing in Sainsbury's car park right now because of how far that went over the bar. But that's the problem. If United don't take their chances, this game is going to get into the nitty-gritty stage where United are going to start getting desperate. And I think for me, if we don't win that set piece and Bruno doesn't deliver the cross he's delivered, how would have United scored tonight? Because Garnacho, I thought, would absolutely thrill being back on the left wing, because on the right wing, I thought he was being played out of position, which for me, he was, in my view. You've put him back on the left and it's like, oh my Christ, like, really? I thought that would have massively inspired Garnacho to do something special since he's been put back on the preferred left wing. Since he's been put back there, what the fuck's happened again? He's fallen off a cliff. And I don't know why that's happened. Again, is he trying to turn into Wonder Boy? Like, I know he's got all this potential and enthusiasm and the confidence to be able to make the runs he makes. But he's just hitting one of the Nottingham Forest back 4, and then United lose possession, and then Forest are on the counter attack, and then Forest are pressing the back 4, and then the back 4's all split open. So again, does Garnacho need to go back on the right? But then again, that creates yet another dilemma, because what happens to Antony? I mean, what happens to Ahmad after tonight? Well, there's a conclusion for this. Garnacho's going to have to stick to the left wing if he likes it or lumps it. And I think, Ahmad, did a lot more than what Antony did all game. At least he can pass the ball directly. Antony is just pass the ball back all the time. We shouldn't have wasted 85 million. And again, he was probably one of Manchester's worst performers the whole game. Antony was just dreadful. Fucking hell. 85 million. Yeah, that clearly didn't go. That clearly hasn't gone right, is it? 85 million gone, and now United have got to try and recuperate that in the summer, which ain't going to happen, by the way. So I think Ahmad, it's time for Ahmad. I think eventually the time will come for Ahmad to be a Man United being the starting 11. I think it's got to happen sooner rather than later, because if you don't, I think this is going to be a regret. And I think Ahmad still cost you 37 million. The only mistake he made when he gave the ball away and then he got on through the Man United back 4. And then he got into the penalty area. But obviously, having Amrabat and Ahmad trying to win the ball back together really helped prevent that Nottingham Forest counter-attack. So, At least Ahmad learnt from that mistake when he lost the ball. He went back and tried to win the ball back. Something after those United players did not do all game again today. United just did not look comfortable. From the minute go, United did not look comfortable. I just wish they took one of the 4 chances in the first half, because if they do, you get that early goal, it might build on for more. But it's the chances. And Ten Hag's right. When you take your chance, when you get chances and you don't convert, this game could cause problems, and it nearly did. Nottingham Forest have nearly sent 2 clubs into extra time of the FA Cup twice in a row. So, luckily, a win has come through, because United did not look like they were going to win today. It was just so bad. And I'm not criticising Erik Ten Hag on this. I think this has kept him in a job in another week. I think this has kept him in the job for another week, because I think the owners are going to look at this thinking, we've nearly gone out here. We've nearly been taken to extra time by mid-table Forest. We've nearly gone into extra time. We've potentially a penalty shootout. So United, again, lucky. They found something from somewhere. Because if they don't, we wouldn't be sat here. We wouldn't be sat here talking right now. Would be 20 minutes through extra time, at least at the moment. So, at the end of the day, United have got through because of Casemiro. Apart from that, where we would have found a goal, I don't know where that goal would have come from. I don't know where that winner comes from. I honestly don't, because it got to the point that it was becoming so boring that when you want to switch your own team's game off, that says a lot about you, because you're so fed up. You're not happy with the football. You're not happy with the way United are playing. And when you're expecting United to win games and they don't, it fucks you off and it pisses you off and it will frustrate you, and you get angry and, you'll get pissy because you want your team to do well. And when they're not, it really, really can destroy your positivity and the confidence. And I did expect a response from Saturday. I thought maybe the Fulham result might have inspired us to fucking go on and smash Forest. But maybe these United players already know, well, if we're looking at it logically, are we going to beat Man City on Sunday? No. Can we beat Forest? Well, we're going to have to, because otherwise, if we don't win tonight and we don't win Sunday, we're going to get a fucking rocket. Not just for the manager, but the fans and the supporters and the pundits alike are going to absolutely go for them. So, at least we're here. At least we're sat here with an FA Cup quarter-final. But like I said, that is as far as we're going to get, because Liverpool are going to head into that game as favourites. And, my parents said, don't be so downhearted, don't be so down spirit. But Liverpool have won a cup. They're winning with their kids. They're clearly trying to recreate the United DNA. And that's what I see. I see that and think to myself, Liverpool are heading in the right direction. United are just slowly trudging along in a really slow old banger of a car. And I think that's what we're doing. I think we're just trundling along at a very, very low speed. And United are like, well, do you know what? At the end of the day, at least we're getting results and we're grinding them out. But you can't be pleased with that, surely, can you? You can't be really pleased with that performance as a whole tonight. Can you really be satisfied that United stepped up and performed for you? Can you really say that they deserve to win that game? I don't think you can. If Forest would have took their chances, United would have been out. United would have been out tonight. Season would have been over. So, we've got it right to just about okay. We're not brilliant. We're not playing good football. It is so, awful that Ten Hag is going to have to reevaluate the squad again, because he's going to be scratching his head thinking, well, the team I've got out at the moment, I can't really do a lot with. I just don't get some of the players that started in the game tonight, because Mainoo, I don't understand what Mainoo's deserved to have been dropped for. Why is Kobbie not playing tonight? I don't know. I don't understand why Kobbie Mainoo isn't playing for United tonight over Mctominay, and we've discussed that. I think, the Amrabat situation has been summed up, that United aren't going to make that a permanent transfer. Not like that went well anyway. And that was a loan signing anyway. Not like that's gone well, has it, Manchester United? Yes, again. So, as a whole, What can you say really inspired you about Man United tonight? What can you really say that, got you off your feet thinking, do you know what? We're going to win tonight. Oh, we're going to win emphatically. No, not by Man United's performance. No. United have got by through a late 88th minute winner. Because if that doesn't go in, then God forbid what happens in extra time. Because I'll tell you what we need to do. And it's about time the United fans and United supporters realise this. It's one certain player that played down the middle for United tonight that did absolutely fuck all to inherit any sort of form of brilliance, excitement, or any energy that goes through your veins. And you know who I'm talking about. And again, Marcus Rashford. I mean, he flaps his hands about. He gets frustrated when it all goes wrong during the game. I mean, is he trying to lead Concorde into landing on Bristol Airport? Because he flaps his arms about and gets really frustrated. He's turned into Bruno Fernandes. And I thought for me tonight, him and Bruno were dreadful. I have never seen Bruno and Rashford this bad. But tonight they hit a new level of that was shit. That was beyond compromise. That was dreadful. Like, we need to get rid of both of these. Like, give Bruno Fernandes the captain's armband. I'm sure that will go well. What the fuck that is done to Bruno? I mean, fuck me. Like, apparently the rumours were he wasn't fit tonight and he wasn't going to be available. God forbid he wouldn't have been available because he did not look fit. Did not look match fit. Lacked a lot of match sharpness. Bruno was dreadful. The only bit he did was for the assist, and that was it. Apart from that, oh my God. Like, really? I mean, I know he got the assist, but what the hell was that? The whole game. The amount of times he lost the ball, the amount of times he lost possession, the amount of times he gave the ball away, the amount of time he played overhit passes that no one could make. The whole game, Bruno was just, oh my God. Like, really? This is meant to be our captain. Like, this is meant to be our leader. I don't see any leadership with him with the captain's armband on. I don't see any sign of any leadership. He just gets frustrated every time a decision doesn't go his way. Bruno just gets angrier and angrier and angrier. I think that armband needs to come off him because clearly that has really destroyed his United career in more ways than one because it was happening the whole fucking game. And you thought Bruno was bad. Let's move on to Rashford. Can someone please tell these owners and Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ten Hag to get rid of Marcus Rashford? Like, he ain't a striker. He ain't a left winger. I don't even identify Rashford as a human being. Like, fucking hell. Like, he is so bad at the moment. Like, what has happened since he got that goal against Wolves? What's happened since then? Because since then, United have carried on with Rashford in the team. Rashford's got to be playing. Rashford's got to be picked. Rashford's one of the best United players we have. Rashford's this. Rashford's that. Rashford will shine brightly for United. Rashford will do things. He did fuck all game. And I don't think people realise how bad it actually was. It was beyond comprehension. Playing him down the middle did fuck all. One decent chance in the first half. The second half went completely tits up. Again, he sticks out like a sore thumb, I'm afraid. Rashford is just bang average. And I think if you move him on and get the money we need, well, there's better out there. And I think it's time. I really think we need to realise as a fan base and supporters that we need Rashford gone. Like, we need Rashford gone. Like, enough's enough of this now because it's just not fair that, I just don't think it's fair because he's doing nothing to convince himself that he belongs at this club based on his performances. Crap against West Ham, crap against Villa, crap against Luton, crap again tonight, crap against Fulham. I mean, that is nearly 6 or 7 games without a goal. Like, the more that carries on, the more he should be in the team. But again, Ten Hag has got no choice but to select Rashford. And probably Ten Hag has fallen for the Rashford bias, because at the end of the day, he's probably picking him because of favouritism. That's what I think. I think he's being picked over favouritism. I don't think Rashford deserves to be in this team. I don't think Rashford should be playing anywhere near for Manchester United anymore. I think his future is done. After tonight, a decision has got to be made about Marcus Rashford's future, because the whole game, lazy, sloppy, arrogant, frustrating, like every word in the dictionary you could describe that man. Like, honestly, it was just so bad that I wanted him off in the second half to make some changes, because the front three was boring all game. It was an absolute ball fest. Like, every time trying to get the ball forward of the front three we had did fuck all. Did absolutely fuck all. The front three, the whole game did fuck all. Not one goal or one bit of brilliance was coming from none of those three. And this is the problem. This is the problem. We are not scoring goals through the front three. Where's the goals coming from? The midfield. Where's the goals coming from? The midfield. Where's the goals coming from? The midfield. Where's the goals coming from? The back four. Clearly, we wanted a striker in January. Exhibit A, Manchester United. Without Rasmus, we ain't got no striker. And you're relying on Rashford every week. So, good luck to us for the rest of the season, because this ain't going to go well. This is going to go badly, and it's going to go badly very, 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 very quickly. And if it does go wrong, I'm sorry to say, but I ain't got no sympathy. Rashford is lazy. He's arrogant. He's frustrating on and off the ball. He doesn't track back. He doesn't try and win the ball back. He just wants the ball get. He wants that ball at his feet all the time for everyone to show what he can do. I wouldn't trust Rashford to organise a birthday party. Like, I wouldn't. I'm sorry, but if anyone deserves any credit for tonight in the second half and the third, second half only, the only standout who you give, man of the match to from the whole game is probably Casemiro from the goal. But even then, can you really give Casemiro the man of the match award after what happened in this game? Can you really give him the man of the match award for the goal? Can you really say that, we deserve the goal and we deserve to win? Can we really say that, in the end, that United deserve to get through? I don't know. I'm unsure, but at least we found a goal from somewhere, because I didn't see one. So at the end of the day, United are lucky. United are really, really lucky that we got that brilliance at the end, because if this heads into extra time, I think United would have been dead. United's players would have been on the floor in agony, because I think it would have killed them. I think the extra half an hour would have ruined them, because I could not have seen United finding a goal from anywhere, because it was just lazy, arrogant, unprofessional. It was just players trying to get by. That's how I felt. For me, it was players trying to get by with a lucky, scrappy win again. And how many times have we said that this season? That United have got through basically through scraps. We have got through with scraps at the end to find a winner. Do United deserve to win? It's hard to say. If Forest would have took their chances, this could have been a different story. But, our FA Cup journey still carries on. We are through to the quarterfinals, but we've got Liverpool next. We've got the hardest game out of the lot. And again, that is not going to be easy, because we are now going to have to beat Liverpool. Can I see us doing it with Klopp's kids turning up now, and Klopp's kids playing great football, winning a Carabao Cup with some of these Liverpool players still at school? I mean, imagine if we lose to a bunch of school kids. Could you just imagine that? Put that into a sentence. Could you imagine Man United losing to Liverpool school kids? Because half of them are still at school and they've already won a Carabao Cup. So their futures are already massively bright ahead of them. But we are through. We've won 1-0. We've beaten Nottingham Forest, and We're in our 14th FA Cup 20. I think it's our 14th or 24th FA Cup quarter final. So it's better than nothing. I mean, thank God for Casemiro's headed winner, and that is why he gets my man of the match. Apart from that, I couldn't give it to anyone else. So I hope you all enjoyed this match reaction and final score between Nottingham Forest and Manchester United in the FA Cup 5th round this evening. Remember to hit the like button and the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. Remember to always remember notification bell, put the bell on all times to dedicated content right the rest of 2024 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more brand new videos, brand new shorts, brand new live streams, brand new games, brand new gaming content. Call of Duty will be making its debut this week. Bit of a exclusive. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 will be heading to the channel this week. And then obviously the next preview will be for the Manchester derby on Sunday between Manchester City and Manchester United. And I know which way that's going to go. I think we all know where that's going to go from a Man United fan and supporter point of view. But join me for that in the hours of Friday morning. United through to the FA Cup quarterfinals. Liverpool now away at Old Trafford. Can Man United beat Liverpool's kids, or Jurgen Klopp's final goodbye to Liverpool bring even more success to Anfield and Liverpool Football Club? Let's wait and see. Enjoy this evening. Stay safe. Be nice. Be kind to each other. You're all legends. You're all legendary. And I will see you on the next one.